Do you think it's still as relevant as it was, that relationship?
I think it depends on the personalities of the manager and obviously whoever the captain of the club might be. I don't think it has to be as cosy as what they've got going on there. Obviously, the manager's only been in the door a few months. But in terms of, from my own experience of working with managers when I've been captain, I don't think it had to be any sort of pals act. No, it never bothered me.
It was never cosy?
Never. I never had any cosy relationship with any of the managers I worked for. I just didn't believe in it. I didn't think it would... It just didn't suit my personality. Even when I first even went to Forest and I'd be looking at people like Stuart Pearce, or particularly when I went to United and I'd see some of the senior players and the captains, and most mornings they'd be going up having a chat with the manager and some of the staff having a cup of tea, but that was never for me. I never believed in being pally or close to any of the managers I worked with, ever.
It was always thought that you and Sir Alex Ferguson had a special bond and were very close, and you were effectively carrying out his instructions on the field.
No, there was never any bond there. Absolutely not. Again, people like to believe all that. We had a good relationship. I think I probably had 2 or 3 real private conversations with the manager in my time at the club. It was a case of, just get on with it and, do your job, go out and perform week in, week out and be a good pro around the place and whatever, but there was no...
Yeah, but he gave you that responsibility, didn't you? And he trusted you to guide the team.
Yeah, but that's, again, that comes when you start playing, a certain amount of games and you gain that responsibility. You get to trust off the other players, and obviously the manager, he gives you that captaincy for a reason. But it doesn't mean to say you're having cosy chats and having cups of tea with him in the morning with a few biscuits. That wouldn't have worked for me. And I'm glad I was never really close to a manager like that.
Why?
I just didn't think again, it's just my opinion, there was no need for it. Why get close to a manager when at some stage he's going to make tough decisions? And what I found to my own experience, you're working with short managers where you think you've done well for them, and ultimately at the end they throw you under the bus anyway. But that's for another day.
You did it actually more times than people might realise. I think you were captain almost 100 times of Liverpool. How much value did you put in that job?
Listen, I wasn't the captain. Stevie was the captain. So even when I was captain when he was out, I never felt like I was the captain of the club or needed to speak to the manager or look after players in a certain way or a different way. I love putting the armband on, going out for Liverpool and almost feeling like, I'm the first out, I'm the leader, for today, with Stevie being out. But I'm a little bit with Roy in terms of that manager-player relationship, whether that's captain or not. I never wanted to get too close to a manager because there's always going to come a day when he's going to leave you out, or he's not happy with your performance, or there's going to be words said. And I always think when it becomes a little bit too close, too pally, that relationship at some time will fray, will fracture. And I think, because you think you're someone's mate or a little bit closer, I think it makes it a little bit awkward.
Do you think you can actually use that relationship, though?
Well, that's what
if you are great mates, to make it more difficult for the manager to leave you out?
100%. I was going to ask you there, Carra. I mean, if you had a great relationship, then surely, if the manager's going to be honest with you, you can take it because he's your mate. If you're, not got a great relationship and he's got to tell you, you know what I mean? Because I loved Mancini. Mancini was... And he used to call me out in the media week after week. He called me Swarovski, said I was made of glass, said I wasn't working hard enough. He said I was out for too long. A knee injury, which was I was out for 9 months. He said it should have been 4 months. All these little things. But we had a great relationship. It was honest. It was tough love. But I really enjoyed that. When I was fully fit, he would pick me and he would push me. So I didn't mind.
He's not your mate, though. He's not your mate, though, is he? Is he your mate?
No, but we would still have... he was still... he paid for my treatment when I went to Italy. He would pay for everything that I needed over there.
And that's lovely, but is he still your mate?
Well, I still text him now, yeah.
Get Christmas presents?
No, it's not a case of... I didn't like a manager being critical of me. I think we can both sort of... You take that as part of the job. But for me, I always just... like the manager picking me. That was it. I didn't need nothing else. I always felt like the attacking players, I don't know if you feel differently, almost felt they needed an arm around the shoulder at different times, maybe coaxing or giving the confidence. I think as a defender, it was a bit like, that's your job and you can be quite tough with them if you made a mistake or you're not playing well. But if a manager picked me, that's all I wanted.
It's the theme of the day. It's your job. Get on with it.